Alexander,
Oh dear.
Here we go.
you're kind of sitting at one of the rec areas by yourself. I imagine that that chat with Daniel probably hit closer to home than it should have for Alexander. Just inferring.
Mm,
Just give me a little bit of your headspace going back and forth.
well, okay. While Alexander is sitting in the rec room, he recalls his conversation with Daniel, and he feels confused, afraid. Like he doesn't know what to do because this is the first time it ever happened or dawned to him that that he was at least attracted to someone.
Okay. You're gonna be sitting there, deep in your thoughts, and then after a certain bit, you kind of hear, "Essay."
Oh no.
Alexander will freeze and keep screaming, "Fuck!" fuck.
With that, he'll laugh and then he says, "Tu movie mismo de frio tortuga, amigo."
I am not slow as a turtle.
Oh, you're moving like a cold turtle.
Turtles can't be cold.
They can. That's the joke.
Ha! Ha! Funny. What brings you here?
After you say that, Ivo kind of sits down next to you and puts his hands on the table and he goes, "Yeah, you just looked pretty lonely."
Used to it.
¿Por qué?
As you can see, I don't have many close friends. Or any, for that matter. So what? So you're here just because I'm alone?
Oh, you're my roomie. I care about you some, and we're on the team together.
It feels weird talking to you. I think this is our at least second time talking to each other, if I recall.
In the campaign, yes, but like Ivo's been your roommate for about a year, so like you've heard him talk to you before.
Probably ignored him or not. Who knows? Talk to you. Second time I talk to you this.
So much. So much screaming internally.
Yes. Just trying to clear my thoughts, you know?
He kind of nods. I get that. You want to know what your problem is, Alex?
What?
I think you let trivial things get to you just a little too much and you constantly overthink it.
Yeah? I'm not really used to interacting with others. And when I'm in a situation that I've never been before, it's overwhelming.
He kind of nods like he's not disagreeing with you. And then he basically turns his head. Alex, I get that before coming here you really didn't interact a whole lot. And I get how that's gonna stifle you, but I mean, you gotta let it go, man. You're only gonna get better by trying, and if you fuck it up and everyone laughs at you, who cares? There's no problemo. Just get over it. And I'm not saying that, like, don't act like it didn't happen, but just pick yourself back up and try again. It's the only way you're gonna get better at it, man.
You have a point.
Of course, when have I been wrong?
That one time that you said Taco
Taco
Bell was better than homemade tacos.
Madres tacos perfecto. Taco Bell es caca. Never said that.
After you tried the tacos that I made, obviously.
Friend.
Oh no.
Just gotta let it come out your chest some.
We have a turf war breakout in the cafeteria.
Just back to what I was saying. Right after he says that, if you feel deep down you can't let it hold, because you're just gonna hurt yourself more. Now go ahead and tell me what's really eating at you, and then I'll get out your hair.
I mean, how... I mean, at my home, my parents keep constantly... my dad, most he's very, very strict on what he believes. And I was talking to Daniel today. I mean, how do you know when you're attracted to somebody and if it's okay to be attracted to them?
You know when you know, and no one's gonna blame you for feeling a certain way. But the only way you'll know it's okay is if you actually say it.
I think I like guys. And Alexander would, hug himself more tightly after saying that he likes guys. He'll hug himself tightly and shake a little.
I have a kind of he gives you a look where, based off of like the year he's lived with you, he doesn't really seem super surprised you admitting that, but he doesn't really look judgmental either. And then he just says, "So?"
Yay!
grew up being told that liking the same gender is wrong, that and with my dad being all straight, it wasn't a good one. Good.
Alex,
Yes.
people judge you for much dumber things 24/7, and they'll judge you for things like this, but forget them. I may not share your sentiment, but if that's how you really feel, you feel it.
And he starts, crying, and he feels, in a sense, relief for speaking out loud.
Yeah, when you start crying, I will kind of grip you on the shoulders and hold you a bit and just to let you have that moment, and we'll end the scene there.
I'm sorry for laughing. It was just that line, people will judge you for stupider things 24/7. I'm just like, this is just Alexander. This is just his story. Smoothies. That was a beautiful scene, though. I loved it. No, Slurpee smoothies.
Yes, my long-loved crush is the smoothie guy.
He still remembers him back in Terror Grecia.
I was told growing up that it's not morally correct to be sexually attracted to Slurpees, but here we are.
Okay. Martin's actually just an expert slushy maker.
He really has an ice cream machine in his room.
He's a hollow android that's filled with slushy.
Alright.
Oh. I'm sorry for laughing. That was a beautiful scene. There were just a couple of words that did get to me a bit.
Let's move on, shall we?
Fair. I mean, anyone who's a native speaker is gonna be like, yo, that's some trash Spanish, bro. I'm gonna hold off on the scene I had planned for Daniel, because I want to see what Daniel does later on, and that'll depend how I do this scene. So, does anyone got any free RP they want to do, considering that we still got about 3 hours and 20 minutes ish?
There's some. I would. The fact that Daniel has a crush has been revealed to Alexander and Ray. Gen has not had a chance to catch Daniel with his figurative pants down yet. I kind of want that to happen.
Hey, Chris, you think Gen would be interested to find out about Ray because of what he said to Aaron?
I think Ray, if Ray came to Gen, then he wouldn't be opposed to talking about it. But Gen has his own kind of I have experienced loss.
Yeah.
And he already kind of connected to you on a wavelength of, because of our loss, we protect those that we have still.
True.
So I don't think he'd really pry into Ray's history. He knows enough to know that it was traumatic and that he lost someone.
Yeah. Just trying to think if there's a way we can work a scene like that. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, if it's already been told, yeah, it's like there's no point bringing up again, I guess.
If Daniel, if you want a scene where Gen can catch Daniel with his metaphorical pants down, go for it. Maybe he's like picking you up after one of your classes so that you can head to science in the buddy system kind of thing. And you're just...
Perfect. I know exactly the scene now.
Okay.
So Daniel is getting out of his lit class, his literature.
It's lit, bro.
It is not lit.
I just I'm trying.
All right, I'm sorry. No, I was thinking of
myself on
Daniel's
that.
Daniel's getting out of literature class, and Gen is there to basically pick him up to confirm the buddy system. Hello, Gen. Thank you for doing this. I'm appreciative that I am not getting my face removed today.
Just kind of like that awkward smile of like, you know, I'm almost certain you're serious, but also at the same time, that has to be a joke. Because if it's not, I'm gonna cry.
So when Gen gives that kind of look, Daniel stumbles back a little bit, and his elbow hits. Would you say that lockers line the hallways, or is it just like
the building?
What kind of stuff would be in the hall?
The hallways mostly have like display cases and like posters and like bulletin boards, because lockers are kind of moot when you have living quarters on campus. So around the gym they have them, but
okay, then I guess his elbow kind of hits the corner of a display case. It hits his funny bone, and the top book on his stack falls off and hits the ground. When it opens up, a note kind of flutters out of it.
Gen will instinctively like bend down to kind of like try and pick them up, and like picking up the note and like looking at it. Not in that like I'm nosy, but the like what's this? Where does it go? Kind of look.
So is Gen familiar with the Japanese poetry haiku?
He was born in Japan, so probably.
So then you would recognize it pretty much immediately, just on glance, that this paper has a bunch of very poorly worded haikus on it. Like Daniel was trying to write something for somebody. And Daniel's just standing there, beet red, that you have this piece of paper. Just
Gen's gonna open up the book again and slide the paper in there and close it and hand it back. He doesn't look like he's pretty non-plastered by it. Just here.
Yes.
Shall we walk? Again, kind of has like this knowing smirk on his face of like, like I immediately know what's happening here, and you are beat red as shit, so there's no denying it. But let's walk. Let's walk.
Okay. What was the next class again? This is totally not Daniel behavior. This is totally not Daniel behavior. He should know the next class through to next month.
Yeah, Gen's again, just like he's noticing it, and you know, yeah, that would be bio. And Gen's kind of like leading you along, and I don't know if in your flustered state that you'd notice, but Gen definitely has altered the route that you normally take.
Oh, Daniel is not in his brain right now. He is not in his brain. You could take him to the theater and march him up on stage in front of an audience, and he wouldn't even realize it.
Yeah, Gen probably understands that that's happening, and that might, be halfway why he's guided you to an area where there is very, very little people. And just as they're walking, probably about halfway there, so who is she?
Who is
the one you're writing all those poems for?
Those are just practice. I'm no good at writing.
Well, you have to practice to get better. But in my experience, and not saying it's all the experience out there, but you don't normally practice those unless you got someone you're trying to impress.
I will not be Alexander.
The burn. The shame.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Hold on. I need to go get some aloe. I think my friend's got some burns that need to take care of.
Shit, it hurts. It hurts.
And you know what the worst thing is? The doctor, or the one who can make it better the easiest, is the one that just burned you.
You're supposed to be.
We have a full-on Blaine situation over here.
Would anyone like some water to cool off some heads?
Gen will actively stop and go. And there's just like a moment where he's got to process what just happened. He understands, but like at the same time, his brain just shut down. Wow, that was uncharacteristically savage of you, my friend.
I was savage? I am sorry. I was merely psyching myself up. You weren't even meant to hear that.
Well, if I wasn't meant to hear that, then you didn't say anything. But just for future reference, Savage is being brutally honest in the most impressive way possible.
Well, at least I am impressive, I suppose. No, it is I will tell you, it is the cute girl with the guitar.
Crushing after the party guitarist. So, I didn't expect it. I gotta be honest.
Well, I don't think that she would see anything in me, all honesty, but I feel like with something like this, if nothing else, I always give my 100%. I always give my best. And so I am trying to do things. She likes lyrics. I thought maybe she would like poems.
Well, you know what they say, it's the thought that counts, even if they aren't her favorite. I'm sure if you present it with the thought of hoping to impress her or show affection, she will understand it.
No.
And take it in the best way.
No, it's too much. It would be a red flag. You have to be honest and direct, and apparently I'm very good at that, though I don't feel like I'm very good at that.
I can pat you on the shoulder. That's true. You do need to be honest, and you being direct isn't a bad thing, but perhaps don't open with the level of honesty that we just saw from you. That might you want to create a base before you start reaching for the moon.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to pick on anybody, but considering the scene he was just in, it seemed too appropriate.
It was beautiful. It was just also savage as hell. Be her friend before you ask her to be your girlfriend, if you know what I mean.
Then, if I'm being truly honest, I don't even know if I have time for that kind of thing. For med students, it's normally frowned on because of the extra amount of work we have to do to earn our position.
Well,
meanwhile, even Gen would know that Daniel is miles ahead in his coursework.
Yep. Think of it this way. Is it important enough to you that you're willing to give up any free moments that you might have used for something else to pursue this?
So, Daniel, I think he's kind of lost in himself at this point. Like, how do I explain this?
Internal, just like Miles.
You know, after a dam initially bursts, how then like the river just kind of takes over. The water doesn't stop coming out just because the initial action has happened. Daniel is the river at this point. Like, he's going to have a hard time stopping himself from being honest with Gen. I have to admit that the few moments that I have had to talk with her directly were magical. And I don't think that she would feel the same way. I mean, after all, just look at me. I'm not someone like you. I am not tall. I am not strong. I am scrawny. I am a dork.
You are intelligent. You are fun to be around.
I am dangerous to be around.
Again, chuckles a bit. You know, I'm told that people like a bit of danger in their life.
I'd do without it if I could.
If I'm honest, as would I, but I can't let others take on bullies alone. It's just not within me.
So again, while we are having this deep, open heart conversation, I don't think I said that right, then do you have your eyes on anybody in particular?
Gen thinks for a second. Vivian pops into his head.
No!
And then he looks at Daniel. There might be someone, but I'm looking to make friends with them before I get my hopes up.
Friendship is good.
Yes. And you know what they say. Just make sure that you're surrounded by friends and everything will work out good. Even if they don't like me the same way I might end up liking them. It's worth the time.
And you.
I know that. Well, they walk off to biology. Unless Daniel pushes for further information.
Where I come from, they say, "Ego sollst sich nicht selbst."
And I think that's a beautiful moment to stop on.
Again, just nods, not knowing a single word of what was said, but nodding.
Damn, the fucking levels of burning happened here.
Damn it, Daniel, you murdered a student.
Why, Alex? Just like
then Gen's also feeling up for Vivi too, so it's about to be World War V up in this bitch between
Daniel,
the party.
you murdered poor Alex.
Oh no!
And you call yourself a med student? How dare you?
You know the exact reason why Gen didn't say Vivian was because he knows that if he did, Daniel wouldn't go for it.
Yeah.
He would.
Daniel.
You would think less of your chances.
Honestly, like breaking character, if Daniel and Gen both go for Vivian, Daniel might fight Gen for her. He would lose horrifically.
I could imagine,
but that
Daniel,
could happen.
I could imagine Daniel grabbing a glove and then smack not Alexander, Gen across the face.
And meanwhile, Sakura's over here like, guys, I'm still an option.
Oh yeah.
Poor Sakura.
But Gen was introduced to her later, and Vivian was a nice person. So Gen's just like immediately like, huh, you're a nice person. I want to get to know you better.
Unless race rings by, of course.
Plus, like, there's still some more stuff that's gonna happen with other characters too.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't call
like a lot of them are gonna die.
Like locked in right now, but poor Sakura.
I might swoop by. Who knows? Which actually I considered. Who knows? We'll see.
Okay, so pretty much Aaron was pretty upfront that he was going to need some more parts for the truck to get it good to go for the race. Mm-hmm. So I'd like to say there's a certain time, like late in the week, we'll say we're at about like the 4-day mark after the whole breakdown at the library.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And pretty much everyone agreed that they were going to help with the truck a little bit, at least like finding parts. So Aaron texted everyone when he was going to be able to get into the shop without anyone else there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say all of you in the team basically make your way there, minus Martin, who's busy in Crypto Club right now.
Mm-hmm. Darn.
As you guys are walking up to the garage, you can kind of hear from the back end of it, Ice Cube and Dr. Dre's Natural Born Killers playing, where it's on the part where it's like it's a deadly game of tag. When it's Pappy with a 44 mag, you get frozen inside a body bag. Anyone saying anything to each other before you get inside the shop?
Go on.
Gen's just gonna be chatting with whoever he's walking with, just asking if they've made any progress figuring out anything about the upcoming event.
let's have Gen walking with Alexander, because I don't think we've seen that interaction too many times.
I
mean, sure.
Okay.
I mean, all 4 of you are going to show up at this place about the same time. I'm just asking if anything's happening before that.
I mean, okay. Okay. After Gen asked this question to Alexander, I mean, there's some parts that we need. I could ask people that I know if they could bring it over here.
What?
The car. But I haven't really paid attention for the event, though. I've been busy with getting the parts.
Yeah. I've spoken with some of my some club members and some of my distant relatives. Those just putting feelers out there for what I could, and been able to figure out some things. Apparently, for one, it's being held on our middle school area island, so
I see.
we can go into more about that later, but it narrows down our location a bit.
Yeah, that is true. It's specified where. I could do some research about the land.
Yeah, between you and Daniel, honestly, you two are the ones I'd trust most to nail down what could be in that area. By the way, has Daniel seemed a bit more, what's the word, confident recently? I feel like he's been more confident recently.
Yeah, I've noticed. I noticed that. Did he perhaps tell you anything?
Gen thinks back. Inward, yes. Outward, nothing important. Just, those small actions. Stands up a bit straighter, you know?
Yeah, they did.
What?
I am again.
Alex?
I don't know what happened during the day that we found the tape, and saw the video, and Aaron ran out.
Yeah, again, frowns just a little bit, thinking about, yeah, that wasn't a fun situation, but says nothing.
I know I'm being a little bit nosy about this, and maybe I shouldn't worry. But would Aaron be okay?
I'll put it this way, everyone has a past. And rarely is that past free from heartache. But I have faith in him. As for anything else, it's not my place to say.
I really haven't, known Aaron a lot, but I tend to overthink a lot, and it may seem annoying, or probably is. Can you tell Aaron for me if he's not up to this event, it's fine if he doesn't do it, you know?
Ray and I already told him he didn't have to. At this point, I think he's determined. He's not gonna sugarcoat it, he's probably the only one of us that has any real skill in motor vehicles in most ways. But as far as I know, none of the rest of you have the ability to drive, though I don't think we asked Viv for them, but if you I think he might appreciate the concern, but at the same point, think about it. If you were in his shoes and everybody kept telling you that you didn't have to do something, you didn't have to do this, you didn't have to do that, but you knew you were the best one for the job, inwardly, what would you want to be doing what you know you can do well, or sitting on the sidelines?
I will probably keep doing what I know how to do. Okay, wow. Thank you for, talking to me. I'm sorry.
Don't be, I know, he looks down at his massive 6-foot something self. Not the, person most people would expect, but, I'm always willing to chat. Just need a shoulder to lean on, an ear to listen. There.
I'll take note of that.
Alright, then all of you get to the shop at about the point that I said where you can hear that part in the song playing, then you just see the garage door open. So then Aaron walks out carrying his boombox and then hits the stop on it. And you can see that like the truck's looking way better than it did about like 3 weeks ago. Then Aaron just kind of opens up the tail of the truck and sets it down, then leans on the back of it he's sitting. So, what up, cuz?
Oh, looks like the
sky.
Duh.
Well, it looks like you're just the truck.
Yeah, I'm about done. And then it's like a gray 89 F-150 that he's been working on. And then he basically sets his boombox off to the side, then starts rubbing his eyes. And Aaron's got like deep circles under his eyes from how long he's been working on the truck almost nonstop. I need about another 6 parts though.
If you need a sleeping aid, I could provide that for you. I know most over-the-counter brands fairly well, and I am well versed in pharmaceuticals.
What are you trying to say, Dutch boy?
Daniel, let's try not to, give
you
him
look
any
tired.
drugs.
I was wondering if there was some way I could, some kind of medicines that I could recommend to you.
And then let's not give him anything like medicine, like drugs or shit like that. Let's you know, avoid that.
I would never suggest something illegal.
No, I mean, oh, whatever.
Out of character, has him staying out later and later become more and more frequent?
Yeah. Look, I'm fine. I just need the last bit of parts to get it ready.
Then, what parts do you need?
Well,
do we have said parts?
No, but we've got the next best thing, a junkyard about a quarter mile in the woods.
Ooh.
Exploration time. That'll be fun.
I will go.
And Aaron basically pulls out like a sheet of paper and basically flips it across his fingers and then grabs it, then shakes it open. This is what you need. I put descriptions of what it looks like.
And I'll reach out and take the paper, sharing it with all the others. What's on it?
On the paper, Aaron basically needs a new set of spark plugs. The last set he had burned out on him. Then he also needs a set of brakes for the rear wheels because he's converting it to a 4-wheel drive instead of a 2-wheel drive. Then he's also going to need a new tailpipe. And then he pretty much needs a new radiator. And that's, what, 4 parts right now?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, then he needs 2 new headlights. And then he needs, basically... I'm trying to remember the name of that last part. He needs another fuse panel. He's got the fuses for it, he just has to swap the panels out.
So Daniel's looking at this paper and he's like, I don't understand what most of these parts are, but I will go and help retrieve them.
Yeah, I recognize a few of them. Some of these are pretty basic.
The headlights I recognize.
I know what a spark plug is. Haven't really looked at them too much.
Then Aaron pulls one out the pocket of his flannel and then basically flicks it to Ray. That's a spark plug.
Okay.
What about a fuse panel?
He goes to the front of the truck and then opens up the door and he starts rifling around the user manual. Then he rips a page out and hands it to Alex. That's a fuse panel.
Okay.
And it's got a diagram of it on it.
Megan's gonna pull out his phone and quickly look up pictures of each of the various different items. And then save all of those to his phone so that he doesn't need to use data out in the forest and instead just has a picture of them.
Do you mind if I hold on to that manual just so that we have a better frame of reference for the parts?
The shiz. And then he just kind of hands you the booklet.
Every time Aaron talks to Daniel, part of me is like thinking he's just going to step forward and backhand him.
I could totally see that.
Okay, sure.
Thank you. I will return this. Into the backpack for now.
Alright.
We gotta switch over to another Google call.
I know, I'm finishing up here. Alright. I'll let you guys find most of the stuff. I'll head with you to this junkyard so I can confirm what you find, but I think I'm gonna hang back a little bit once we get there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, got some sleep.
Why don't you grab a chair? Maybe you can
rest.
Get some rest out there.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. Before leaving, Alexander would open his shoulder bag and take out what were those things called? That you could put a drink in and it keeps it warm.
Oh,
thermostat?
Thermostat,
yeah, that.
A thermos?
Yes, that. He'll take out a thermos and hand it over to Aaron, and then drink this. It'll help you relax, and then he'll just walk away.
All right, and all of you start making your way to the junkyard.